Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I'd like to invite the speaker, Ms. J Vandana, who will speak about what is natural farming and what are its benefits. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am J Vandana. I done my master's in soil science in agriculture. Today I am here to give a presentation on natural farming and its current status and constants. So here are the contents where I am dating in this PPT. So first we will see what is the introduction. In India, everyone know green revolution came before the 40 years. So what is green revolution? Green revolution is nothing but increasing the economy and also agricultural production and the productivity. Due to the excess use of green revolution techniques or conventional techniques, the total soil health is totally damaged and also with the human health. To reduce the green revolution effect, we are introducing a natural farming. So what is natural farming? Natural farming is deals with the nature and the farmer need, which give a best result comparing from the green revolution. So here natural farming is totally depends on ecological farming and also helps in the soil fertility and also helps in increase the soil three beneficial properties of biological, chemical, and physical with the effective availability of micronutrients and beneficial nutrients. So, so from where the term of green natural farming introduced by the farmer and also the scientist of Japan, Masunbu, who introduced in his book the natural farming, has the word of the one straw revolution in the year of 1975. In his book, the natural farming is related on the soil fertility, organic farming, sustainable agriculture, agroforestry, and eco agriculture. And what is the difference of natural farming and organic farming? In natural farming, there will be no external use of chemical fertilizers or organic fertilizers for the soil. But in organic farming, we will see the external source of use of organic fertilizers are taken place as the form of compost or vermicompost. And also we see in organic farming, there will be a flowing mixing of manures and the weeding and the tillage practices, which is done additionally as a agro practices. But in the natural farming, the organic matter will available in the form of decomposition process by which is taken place by the microbes and earthworms, which is totally a nature based. And natural farming is also eliminates the external inputs such as cultivational practices too. So, what is natural farming in India and who introduced the term natural farming to our India? So, originally, natural farming is introduced by the Maharashtrian agriculture and Padma Shri winner of Sri Subhas Palekar in the year of 1990s with the alternate source or alternate result of green revolution, where he totally eliminates the chemical fertilization or chemical practices or any chemical applications like pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, and other irrigation practices. According to the Palekar's vision, the green revolution. Natural revolution, natural farming is totally based on the nature and also eliminates the cost of production and also helps in the nature beneficial of microorganisms which help in the soil fertility. And in India, the natural farming we will call as a zero budget natural farming. So, what is the unique qualities of zero budget natural farming? Zero budget natural farming is clear cut of availability of the nutrients or nutrients or the elements which are very important for the plant growth will available around the root zone. 98 to 95% of nutrients and the source of plant growth we will get it by the help of air, water, and solar energy. But 1.5% of nutrients which are available in soil or beneath in the soil, which helps the plant growth and the development. And we are having the principles of natural farming. The first principle is low input farming. So low input farming is considered as a 1.5 to 2% of nutrients are needed for the soil and plant relationship, which is there is a no need of additional application. So we are having 17 essential nutrients which is available in our soil, which is the free of cost and the nature-based nutrients. Next one is natural input. Natural input doesn't require chemical inputs or organic compost like vermicompost or other microbial compost. We are using here the natural catalyst of biological activities of microorganisms, which helps the soil and nature protection from the soil diseases and airborne diseases for the plants. So next one, the third one is soil mulching. Soil mulching is the most important practices where we will see microclimate under which microorganisms can be developed. It helps in the conserve the soil humidity of the soil and also protects the microbial activities inside the soil and uppermost layer of the soil too. And mulching is also promotes the humus formation and suppresses the weeds and maintain water holding capacity in the soil, which helps in the soil, plant growth and the development. And we will see here the fourth one is multiple cropping. Multiple cropping is the good source of a good way for minimize the risk of soil, risk of the crops loss for the farmers, and also helps in the benefits of their income source too. And here we will see in the natural farming the most important component, or we can say most important element is the cow, which is we can say the desi cow. According to the 1 gram of desi cow dung, we will get 300 to 500 crores of beneficial microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, and all that, which helps in the decomposition of dry biomass in the soil and to make them availability into the essential nutrients. All Indian cows are beneficial for the natural farming. Cow dung and urine of one desi cow is sufficient for the 30 acres of land for the natural farming. So here are the four pillars or four components where we will see of natural farming. First is Jiv Amrut, Bej Amrut, Achadana, and Vapasa. So first one is the Jiva Amrut. Jiva Amrut is a mixture of fresh cow dung and urine, pulse gram, water, soil, and the janggery, which is a mixer of the natural process and helps in the farm plants. It is a fermented microbial culture which adds the nutrient and elements in the soil and which promotes the microbial activities and the earthworms number in the soil. About 200 liters of Jiva Amrut should be sprayed twice a month per acre in the land. Only one cow is needed for the 30 acres of land, which I previously said. So these are the components which we will see in the Jiva Amrut, which helps for the crop growth and also improves the soil condition and soil fertility rate too. Next one is Bej Amrut. The Bej Amrut is nothing but helps for the treatment of seeds and any plant materials for reducing the diseases of the seed-borne or soil-borne in the agriculture. Here, the ingredients of Bej Amrut is cow dung, urine, lime, and also a handful of soil and buttermilk. This Veg Amrut application is done by the mixing of seeds of any crop in with the full hand and in the beige amrut, and later we can sow in the soil. For legume crops, we have to do it very quickly. Just dip it and dry it, and we can sow in the soil. And next one is Achudantna, is nothing but the mulching. We know everyone, we have three types of mulching. One is straw mulching and soil mulching and the light mulching. Soil mulching helps in the protection of soil, uppermost layer of the soil, and also destroys the tilling process, which is we can also say tillage practices in the soils. And straw mulching is helpful for the microbial activities and also help in the organic fixation such as nutrient availability in the soil. And light mulching is nothing but increasing the number of microorganisms which is available inside the soil or beneath in the soil. The best example of light mulching is nothing but a legume crops, or we can see legumes, which helps in the fixation of nitrogen element in the soil. And the best crops are cereals, which are rice and wheat, which supplies also the potash, phosphate, and sulfur with the most important element of nitrogen. Vapasa. Vapasa is nothing but the moisture of the soil. So in common belief, a plant need a lot of water. But Paleka's point of view, we will see only 1% of water is required for the plant growth and development. Both consider having the 50% air molecule for the 50% and water molecule for the 50%, which totally reduces the irrigation practices, irrigation and the other ferro applications in the soils and also in the fields. So production practices we will see in the natural farming. The first one is crop rotation. Crop rotation is nothing but helps in the soil fertility by growing the different types of crops like cereals, pulses, millets, and other variations of the crops, where we can fix a natural nutrients in the soil. And the second one is no tillage. Animal tillage or chemical application or pesticides, insecticides, which eliminates or kills the population of microorganisms and earthworms too. And here, next one is the seed quality. In zero budget natural farming, we will use the traditional and desi seeds, which totally reduces the input of the external cost of the seeds. And crop residue management. The crop residue management is the materials materials left after the harvesting of the annual crops, where the farmers usually do a burning of large quantity of crop residues. But here we will use as a mulching practices, or we will use as the natural resources for the next crop, for the next crop or for the next cultivational practices, where we will get a high yield productivity by the natural fixation of nutrients and also reducing the wastage of application of external practices of fertilizers or pesticides or insecticides. So, is zero budget natural farming or natural farming is effective for the agriculture sector? Here, the first point totally eliminates the external inputs of the small or marginal farmers, which is very high for them, and their threshold of the economy also maintained by the natural farming. Natural farming also promotes the environmental and friendly farming methods without any damage of soil profile or soil condition, and also enhancing the nutrient availability in the soil. Zero budget natural farming promotes the soil aeration, water holding capacity, and the top soil mulching, and also improves the fixation of nutrients by the natural process. Zero budget natural farming is totally suitable for all types of crops and agroclimatic zones, and also plantational horticulture and agriculture practices crops too. According to the study in the year of 2017 by the state of Andhra Pradesh, where they are showing the conventional farming practices which they eliminated, and they and introduced the natural farming in their crops. And in the year of 2021, the total researchers at Bangalore and the Tank Center of Study of Science and Technology and Policy conducted a total survey on the zero budget natural farming, where we will get encouraging the practices, and also the farmer is totally helpful. Total farmer is helpful and very grateful for the natural farming. So, agree experts and warm that multi-location studies are needed for to scientifically validate that the natural farming is giving a better result for the soil condition, and also for the soil health growth in the plantational crops. And according to the Indian Council of Agriculture, gives the various methods of natural farming according to the various nations of our India, with the keeping in the mind of agroecological zones of our India. So here are the case study which we taken from the Andhra Pradesh Vapagunta district, where this land 7 acres, where the total Kharif season crops are cultivated, and here is the result where the total expenditure is 5,000, but the profit of getting the farmer is 10,000, is nothing but the double of the his expenditure in the farming practices. And here he done the farming practices for the paddy crop and also the basmati variety. This is the three case studies of success stories of the different farmers, where they get a very nice benefit in by doing the natural farming in our India. And here we will see the different locations of Tamil Nadu, Uti, and Andhra Pradesh, where they got the best result by doing the natural farming. And here is the government incentives which supports the zero budget natural farming. Yeah, according to the Indian government, in the year of 2015 and 16, by the scheme of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vikas Yojana, the term for zero budget natural farming is introduced in our agriculture sector. And also in India, the Andhra Pradesh stands for the first state of agriculture, where the totally consume the natural farming from the year of 2020. And according to the Union Finance Minister, she gave the professionally that zero budget natural farming in her speech, that we need to replicate the innovative models to help the farmers doubling the income by the 2020 by the help of zero budget natural farming. And here is the case study of Andhra Pradesh, where we will see the total the total set, Andhra Pradesh state is turned into a natural farming, and this natural farming in Andhra Pradesh started in the year of 2016 to 17, and up to 1.63 lakh of farmers are consumed natural farming from up to year of 2018, and now around 6 lakhs farmers are totally occupied by the natural farming in their particular crops of both cereals and pulses, and also kharif seasons and horticulture crops too. Here are the crops where the here are the crops by the Andhra Pradesh farmers taken taken place by the natural farming, like paddy, black gram, ragi, groundnut, chili, cotton, and others crops where they got the better income source and better to benefit by doing the natural farming. So, according to the present scenario, with zero budget natural farming taken place in the year of 19 and up to 2022, the natural farming is covered the almost all the southern states and also the northern states of the India. And with the NABARD bank also, the cost of interest and the cost of uh, cultivation practices is taken by the banks for the farmers to get their loans, and also helpful for so here are these backlogs of natural farming. The first one is cost of labor in the field will be increased, and marketing is very difficult because we are using the desi varieties. And natural farming is adopted, which is a very challenging present modern agricultural uh, days. And also, natural farming they don't have any official policies by the government like subsidies and other crop loss practices due to reduced grazing lands or banished small water bodies, and fodder cost is the recent skyrocket marketing in the costly healthy milk. And here is the conclusion of natural farming. Natural farming is a better source comparing to the green revolution, where there is no chemical application for the soil, and soil health and microbial activities also increases in the nature, which is totally related for the ecologically and also biologically for the soil and also for the human health, and it totally reduces socio-economic cost of cultivational practices, where we will see a high cost of the practices by the green revolution or conventional farming. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vandana, for the presentation. Now I'll take up some questions. So, what is natural farming and how does it differ from conventional farming practices?
So natural farming is totally based on the nature, where we will not use any tillage practices or ploughing or any applications of artificial like pesticides, insecticides, or herbicides. But conventional farming, we will get all the artificial applications, which is totally external source of application of fertilizers, which is helpful for the present, but it will totally give a loss for the long duration of using the practices of conventional farming.
Okay. And what are the core principles of natural farming?
Core principles of natural farming is nothing. First, we has to focus on the input which we will get by the natural sources, like totally means waste of the previous crops, and that will be considered as the fertilizers like a natural fertilizers, and also we will using the mulching practices which totally helpful for the soil health, which mostly reduces the soil erosion in the cultivational plants.
Okay. And how does natural farming promote biodiversity in agricultural ecosystems?
Natural farming itself a bio farming system where we will see totally nature based, where we will only bind with the nature in the form of ecologically, hydrologically, and also by the soil health. We will not introduce any other resources like chemical applications or irrigation systems or any other practices. Here we will totally bind with the nature.
Okay. And what role do microorganisms play in natural farming methods?
It will help for actually microorganisms are classified into like bacteria, fungi, and all that, which helps in the fixation of the nutrients which is available in the soil. So nitrogen is the external source of element which very important to fix in the soil. So microorganisms will helpful for fixation of nitrogen element. Not only nitrogen, but also we will see like sulfur, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, and other essential nutrients which can be fixed naturally in the soil. Due to that, we will totally eliminate the chemical applications of fertilizers in the soil.
Okay. And how does natural farming minimize the use of synthetic inputs such as pesticides and fertilizers?
Pesticides and fertilizers are used for the farming for reducing the pest attack and insect attacks. But in natural farming, before sowing only, we will take care of by the help of natural resources. We will totally reduces the pest and insect by the soil borne or by the application of buttermilk and also application of other jangkry elements, which is totally play a active role of eliminating the pest and insects which is attacking on the plants or in the crops.
Okay. And what are the benefits of natural farming in terms of water conservation and management?
Natural farming will definitely help by the soil mulching. Soil mulching itself helps for the water holding capacity in the soil, which is very important for the root zone development for the plant. And also it helps in soil aeration, where we will get the where we will get the best result of soil water penetration, and which is very important, which is very plays a very important role for the soil water capacity, and also helpful for the plant growth and development, which we can also say as a capillary water for the plant and also for the soil relation.
Okay. And how does natural farming contribute to soil health and fertility?
Natural farming contributes the soil health by the use of uh, uh, waste materials of cattle waste. We will see the cattle waste, and also we will see the previous crop waste, which totally helpful or which totally promotes the availability of nutrients and also reduces the soil health damage also.
Okay. And what are some common techniques used in natural farming, such as mulching and intercropping?
Mulching, intercropping, crop rotation, and multiple cropping are the techniques mostly used for the natural farming.
Okay. And how does natural farming promote resilience to climate change and extreme weather events?
According to the natural farming, nature binds itself by the ecological practices or ecological systems, where we will see total total fixation of carbon element, which is important for the plant growth and the development. We everyone knows that the plant itself takes a ratio of ratio of hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. Due to this, due to doing the natural farming, we can reduce the soil temperature, which is increased by the element of carbon, and due to the eliminating the carbon element in the atmosphere by the help of natural farming, we can also reduces the climatic changes or climatic activities in the nature which damages the soil health.
Okay. Ms. Vandana, can you stop sharing the screen? And if you're
Yeah,
comfortable, you can on your video.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see you. Thank you. So just a couple of more questions. How can agriculture students incorporate principles of natural farming into their studies and future careers?
So agriculture students, I am the agriculture student where I also done in my research activities by nothing using any chemical practices. Everyone knows the chemical application or chemical practices takes place for the current scenario, means for the friction of getting the production of any field crops or any field activities, we will highly use the chemical fertilizers which give a best result, but later it also damages the soil health, and also it damages the soil beneficial elements like 17 essential nutrients also. So eliminating the soil health damage, we can directly go by the natural farming. In natural farming, we will not do any external practices. Whatever the nature will give, with that only we are doing, like crop rotation, shifting cultivation, or intercropping, or multiple cropping, where we will not get any loss of crops.
Okay. And what are the potential challenges or limitations of implementing natural farming practices?
Um, will you repeat the question?
What are the potential challenges or limitations of implementing natural farming practices?
So, natural farming practices, we will get it will takes a lot of time because we are coming back to the nature. It will itself it takes a lots of time. We everyone know nature takes a lot of time. So, using without any external source of chemical applications or external growth promoters, we are only doing a cultivational practices. So here we will get only very less source of production, normally in paddy or wheat, we will normally use a high application of fertilizers or pesticides. But in natural farming, we will not do any application of practices. So first 5 years we will get a loss of means the productivity of the crop, but after later of 5 years or 6 years, we will see a best result of natural farming, because soil will improve her health, and soil will improve her capability, and soil itself helps improves her fixation of nutrients, and also bends the soil profiles for the plant growth and development, and also helpful for the root functions of plants also.
Okay. Yeah. And what are some examples of successful natural farming initiatives or case studies?
We will see the best case study where we will see total whole Andhra Pradesh farmers of both marginal and small farmers implementing their whole agriculture practices into the natural farming. And also the best example is Maharashtrian farmers, where they are using their natural farming for their plantational crops like orange or citrus. They are totally implementing the natural resources like cow dungs spraying the janggery water, spraying the buttermilk water for eliminating their pests and the diseases for the uh, plantation crops. So the best state for the natural farming is Andhra Pradesh. Later we will see Tamil Nadu, and later we will see all the Karnataka state also. And later we will see these northern states like Sikkim, Jammu Kashmir. These states are also using the natural farming practices to reduce the soil damage in the nature.
Okay. And how can policymakers support the adoption of natural farming practices among farmers?
Will you repeat again?
How can policymakers support adoption of natural farming practices among farmers?
See, according to the policies, government released lots of policies for the agriculture sector, but for the new agriculture practices like natural farming, organic farming, there is no specific policy is implemented. But Pradhan Mantri Krishi Yojana is very beneficial for the farmers. And also Pradhan Mantri Krishi Yojana and NABARD Bank, which is the agriculture bank, helping the farmer to getting a better source of income to implement the natural resources in their cultivational practices.
Okay. Okay, Miss Vandana, before we end, I would like to know little more about your career background and what made you to take an interest in agriculture field.
Uh, I joined my agriculture journey is started in the year of 15 as I joined as the agriculture graduate. I completed my agriculture graduate in 2018. Later, I worked in the academics of colleges for the agriculture students, and I teach the classes for the graduates and post graduates. Later, I taken the admission in BHU Banaras Hindu University as my master's degree, and I done my master's degree in 2022. And I worked in my research for the soil organic carbon pools. And also with the soil fertility. So according to the soil fertility, I come across to the natural farming and organic farming. And from there, the natural farming journey started for my career choice also. And we have sandalwood cultivation and land where I and my father itself started doing natural farming, and we got a very best result. And present, we are totally blessed that we started our farming practices totally based on our natural farming. And
Okay.
present, I'm working as the agronomist in Bighaat.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Miss Vandana. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank you for the presentation and answering all the questions in depth. And we also like to thank all the participants for joining this meeting. The meeting will now be closed. Have a good and safe weekend.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you.